With the Richmond loss yesterday, the League One title will officially go through Greenville, South Carolina. Union Omaha making their first trip to Greenville this season, hoping it won't be their last this year. It's Union Omaha against the Greenville Triumph in today's match presented by Finn's Car Wash. I'm Chris McCovic. Alongside me, Ross Davenport. Happy to be back with you. Final home match of the regular season here in 2020 for the Greenville Triumph. And Ross, still, despite all the matches this weekend, 6 teams still vying to face the Triumph coming up on October 30th in this very stadium.
Yeah, there's still a number of teams that we're going to be very interested in the result of this match because it would have an impact on whether they can still reach the final.
An Omaha win on the road here today means 3 teams, their hopes would come to an end for that final berth. And Richmond's still in the driver's seat, of course, but Omaha can put some pressure on the kickers with a good result here today. Our player to watch, presented by Joan Herlong and Associates, it's Lachlan McLean, who has risen up into among the goals leaders in League One as the season has progressed.
Yeah, listen, the first-year pro out of SIU Edwardsville has been very impressive. He had to work his way into the lineup, but he's a big physical guy, can score with both left and right feet, and John Harks has been very impressed with him so far.
After his goals against Tucson, now up to 6 on the season. A good combo up there with Keegan that's worked out. We'll see that again here today in the afternoon action. Well, on the other side for Union Omaha, Viader has been really the key cog in the machine for the creative mindset out there for Union Omaha and their offense. He missed a few matches in there due to an injury. They went on a 3-game losing skid. They're back in form. He's back in form here with the Owls.
Yeah, this is a guy who was in the Barcelona Academy as a youth, came over here to America, played the community college system, and now really shining in this Omaha team. Can play left back, left mid. We'll see where he lines up today. Wherever he lines up, he'll have an impact.
Leads the team in interceptions as well. A good force on either side. A potential League One final preview between 2 of the top 3 defenses. Greenville Triumph battling Union Omaha for the first time ever. It's coming up next.
Reward your car at Finn's Car Wash. And with the Finn's mobile app, you're rewarded too, like a free top wash when you join our loyalty program. Download the Finn's app and start earning rewards today. Finn's Car Wash. Fast, fun, fantastic.
We offer a full array of dental treatment, and what that provides you as a patient is you're able to come to one place and get comprehensive care under one roof.
I've always been greeted with a smile. They know me when I call. I trust them.
We'd love to see you at Wood Creek Dental. Visit us at woodcreekdental.com.
What's Greenville's best kept secret for auto loans? Greenville Heritage Federal Credit Union. If you're on the market for a new car, visit Greenville Heritage before you start shopping to get pre-approved and save yourself a lot of hassle and a whole lot of money. Or refinance your current car loan for a better interest rate. It's a simple process that could save you hundreds of dollars. Visit greenvilleheritage.com to find the branch nearest you and start saving money. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
Reward your car at Finn's Car Wash. And with the Finn's mobile app, you're rewarded too, like a free top wash when you join our loyalty program. Download the Finn's app and start earning rewards today. Finn's Car Wash. Fast, fun, fantastic.
Back here into the upstate of South Carolina, Greenville and Omaha getting set to do battle for the first time in their club's histories. And our match presented by Finn's Car Wash. Well, as we get set for this one, let's check out our starting 11s in front of us today. Ross, presented by Bon Secours. For the Greenville Triumph, pretty typical look we've seen of late. John Harks and the squad, they really want to finish strong here at home.
Yeah, even with the final position clinched, next week against Orlando, we may see some changes, but not this week for Greenville. Keegan and McLean looking to continue to work their partnership together up top.
Yeah, the key once again will be to see where Alex Morel lines up at all times on the field. He kind of mirrors the opposite number 7 we'll see in the lineup today for Union Omaha on the other side. Jay Mims and John Harks, of course, facing off for the first time as we enter today's action. As Harks puts out this 11, there's a look at the head owl for Union Omaha this season. Of course, spent couple years in the RSL system, known for his collegiate coaching, though, as he puts out this starting 11 presented by Bon Secours. There's Vanacore Decker, who could be anywhere on the field at any time.
Yeah, they're a very flexible front six. Molina comes in, as well as Ibišević come in for Kral and Boyce. They can go 4-4-2. They went 3-4-3 a little bit last week. We'll see where Vietnam ends up playing. Move up a little sort of left midfield from that fullback spot.
Yeah, plenty of action we could see from either set of fullbacks today. You talk about Tyler Pollock, the opposite number 3 for Greenville, someone else that can also launch up the wing. Yeah, there might be a battle of who gets caught up the field overall.
Tyler Pollock with the Creighton connection with Jay Mims, played under him for a year when he was the assistant. Mims was the assistant coach at Creighton.
Otieno, of course, the Kenyan midfielder at just 21 years old, has been so impactful for Union Omaha. This is his 4th start overall, 1 assist to his name to this point as we get set for the action in front of us today. Union Omaha 2-1-4 on the road so far this season in their inaugural campaign, and those 2 road wins at Fort Lauderdale, at FC Tucson, and they'll be looking to add another one into the bank today. And you talk about the implications of this match. We mentioned it a bit before. 3 teams, as they had their eyes on Richmond Tormenta yesterday, eyes on this one for the same reason. A win by Omaha eliminates New England Revolution 2, Chattanooga, and Forward Madison. And would be quite amazing if everyone keeps the playoff hopes alive for yet another week after we enter with so many scenarios into this weekend. Opening whistle now, and a moment of unity for our 2 sides. Omaha will start with possession here on the road. Island Pexanar overseeing things with the whistle. We're off and running. The Owls and the Triumph going at it here to end out your League One weekend.
As you mentioned, Chris, plenty of eyes on this one, even with the NFL going on. People have that second screen on, especially fans of those teams, looking for perhaps an Omaha loss. Keep their hopes alive for that championship spot.
Of course, Greenville, everything has been clinched that they could possibly clinch in this regular season. They have locked up that top seed after the regular season champions, I guess you could call them, as they will host the final coming up on October 30th in this very stadium. And Union Omaha right in the thick of things. They are tied on points with Richmond, but tiebreakers would go to Richmond if they end equal on points. So a draw or a win would be a lot for Omaha to take in and put some pressure on Richmond and even North Texas, who is just behind them, of course, on the table.
Yeah, Chris, you and I were talking this week about potential of John Harkes perhaps resting some players for this game, but remember at the start of the season, Harkes said that one of the biggest things he wanted to do this year was go undefeated at Legacy early, and he's got a chance to do that today. So we see the regular starting lineup. We'll certainly see some changes, you'd have to think, next weekend when they head down to Orlando.
Sosa retrieving the ball, former player with the Las Vegas Lights in USL Championship. Has come through very well with Union Omaha this season, including a banger against Tormenta. Salvage a point. That one put in, headed on and cleared. Murillo looks like he just got there to clear it out of play. What a play by the right back.
Yeah, Sosa had 6 crosses last weekend, which was twice as many as any other Omaha player, and a lovely delivery there. Asking questions about the Greenville Triumph defense early.
Numbers crowding Dallas J in there, still the leader in GAA overall here in League One. It started in all matches. These 2 teams in front of us, only 2 matches remaining today and another on Saturday. A lot of teams do play on Wednesday. We'll get into that a bit later in today's broadcast. Ball lofted in there, Jay off his line, he takes it in.
Early playing for Dallas J. Looked a bit unsure on that cross whether to come or not, but that one was well taken by the bobblehead man this afternoon.
Yeah, at the end of the match today, 1,000 bobbleheads will be given out of Dallas J. A couple of thoughts and talks between us in the front office on the hairstyle of that. It's mirroring more last year's Dallas J than this year. Clean cut versus the headband look with the longer hair, kind of your preference, I guess. Greenville, of course, in the blue tops today. That alternate kit they brought into the mix this season. Foul called and over to Omaha.
I think Aaron Walker was claiming he got the ball. Went through the back of Otieno to get it, though.
Otieno playing in the Kenyan Premier League last year with Gor Maya FC.
Aaron Walker lucky not to get away with a card there. Perhaps the fact that it was a little early in the game. He came in two-footed. Perhaps did get the ball, but it was a little reckless. Be careful.
These two teams in the top 3 in GAA among the clubs here in USL League One. Greenville still at the top. Only 8 goals allowed in their 14 matches. Union Omaha allowing 14. They're at 1 GAA, 3rd overall. Madison in between the two sides. That goes out of play. Throw in for the Triumph. Here's McLean stepping up, wins the ball, but couldn't keep it.
See Otieno kind of playing that holding midfield where he can run for days, the Kenyan. Very impressive since having a little bit of trouble getting into the country after the whole COVID situation. Made a great impression so far for Omaha. It'll be a big key piece if they want to continue this run towards the championship game.
Yeah, it's been a problem with the ongoing pandemic. You talk about a few names that have come in of late to camps. Olex Anderson with Richmond comes to mind, who started their last 2 matches at the number 9 slot. Now Conway towards the box. Conway flicks it back outside. Chance here. Molina in there, but cleared out of play on the touch by Fricky.
Omaha getting bodies forward, that's one thing they can really do there. They cause chaos, just bringing numbers from that midfield into the opponent's box. And playing well here in the first 5 minutes.
Greenville, last 2 matches at home, not really facing anything in terms of shots on goal. Pretty quiet performances for Dallas J in between the pipes. We'll see what Omaha can do here. Viader puts the ball in there on the corner kick, headed down, and grabbed in the end by J. A good look, but not enough power on the shot.
Yep, solid delivery from Viader, the left footer. He's been playing left mid more recently as Viader, but left back tonight. We'll see how long that lasts, though.
He has the speed to play box to box. He'll be up and down the field all day. Here's Morel. Cuts around. Back out. Again, Morel leading in assists with 6. Leading the Triumph in created chances with 32. With his 3 tallies as well.
With Emiliano Terzagi's goals drying up of late, Alex Morel, you really have to think the front runner for the MVP spot, especially if they can win the title. Made a massive impact on this team coming over from Tormenta.
We saw the assist leader get it last year in Arturo Rodriguez. McLean looks to fire, can't get it. Second touch is saved in the end on a roller by Nuhu.
Michael McLean, very dangerous with his back to goal. Omaha gonna have to make sure they get a body on him.
Nuhu, the Ghanaian keeper, was recently with New York Red Bulls 2 after being selected in the 2019 MLS Super Draft.
The best of kicks there, though. I was about to say he has a really good foot on him, and then he shanked the first one, but Omaha still got it here.
The Owls, any result today would be huge for them. Put some pressure on the kickers to get a result against Orlando Wednesday, morning, 11 a.m. start that one on the East Coast.
And don't count out Orlando as being spoilers. We saw them get a result last year against Greenville. As the Greenville were trying to get that home semi and failed with those 2 late losses. They played pretty well earlier this weekend.
Yeah, Richmond feeling the wrath of one of those spoilers yesterday for Greenville at the end of the 2019 season in Tormenta, with Marco Micheletto finding the goal. We'll have those highlights for you at halftime. They get the second yell at the end of the match, so he'll be suspended for their match against Revs 2 Wednesday night. Keegan with the pressure up ahead. There's Viader, back over to Nuhu. block flying in. Greenville maybe caught out here, trying to handle it. And it is cleared in the end by Evan Lee. Corner kick once again for Union Omaha. They're looking good attacking this final third so far.
You see there, Elvir Ibišević getting only his second start of the season, the Bosnian. His first start since September 12th. He brings physical presence up top. Pretty much the only true number 9 on this Omaha roster. See if he can perhaps make himself a name late in the season here.
Yeah, we've seen Evan Conway in that spot as well. He began the season on the left wing though, and they shifted around a bit. A couple options in there for Mims. Here an option on the corner kick, headed up. Still in play, and Fricky will clear this one.
See Omaha getting physical with Alex Morel already. Morel floating all over the field as he does, as he's allowed to do by John Harkes. We'll see him pop up on the right, the left. Sometimes he'll drift into the middle.
Out of play. Omar Muhammad against Tucson. A very nice assist, to say the least, over to McLean. Put it on a platter for the Aussie striker. Back out there on the left wing today.
Yeah, it was a beautiful ball. It had pace and curves. One of those ones as a striker you see come in, and your eyes get as big as plates, and it was a good finish as well by McLean, who's having a great rookie season.
Here's Morel. Now Greenville seeing a bit more of the possession they like to build from the back. Walker stepping up. Walker and Pilato, the duo of holding mids out there today for John Harkes. Klaus, another option as he returned from injury over the last few matches. Hoping to perhaps see Max Hemmings or Abdi Muhammad, who came on against Tucson. They were both injured and out the last few games. Abdi came back against Tucson, and Hemmings still looking for his debut here in 2020 after a terrible injury to end out 2019. Here's Morel. Down the right wing, Alex Morel losing it on the touch, and it's back to Omaha.
Yeah, we talked to John Harkes midweek about the dilemma he's got now with all of his players getting healthy, including a number of players who would potentially have started for him if they were healthy at the beginning of the season. But Harkes said everybody still knows they've got to prove themselves in practice during the week. Nobody's starting spot is given. So it's going to be a nice, interesting competition. We'll see some guys perhaps next week in Orlando that could be playing for a spot in the championship game.
We already saw a great story in Lars Eckenrode back out there getting a start for Tormenta yesterday in the win over Richmond. First time he appeared for his side since April 14th, 2019. Devastating injury against Orlando. Look at that, back in the lineup. A little extra energy for Tormenta. They get the win 1-0 after losing their previous two.
Don't forget, we did see him on the sideline early this season
Yes.
as head coach.
Yes. An interim capacity for John Milracy at Madison up at Hart Park. It's Morel, who's been trapped pretty well early on here, first 12 minutes. Out of play, this will stay with the Triumph. Like, of course, to welcome anyone tuning in on the CW 62 here in the upstate of South Carolina. Final match of the season against Orlando City B on Saturday will also be on CW 62 as well as ESPN Plus.
I was going to say, Chris, Omaha know exactly who the danger man is for Greenville. They haven't given Alex Morel an inch of space in the first 12 minutes of this game.
Here an inch of space. Ball played in. Good look, but knew who's there off his line. We asked John Harkes about Vanacore Decker. He labeled him as unpredictable out there, and that's a word you probably could use about either of the number 7s in today's battle.
You think with the discipline of John Harkes' Greenville side, unpredictable is not something he'd be happy to see from anybody, but he appreciates Vanacore Decker's game, and two number 7s today will be the real focus of both defenses, there's no doubt about it.
Here's Conway. Goes down, no foul called.
That's good body work there by Fricky. John Harkes loves his big physical center backs. He's got a couple in the squad that aren't playing today, Hawkins and Powell.
Union Omaha has not scored in the first 15 minutes of a match this season. They're headed that way now in the 14th. Ball sent in, headed away. This will trickle out. Throw in on the near side, as the Greenville Triumph will take it.
There's a lovely overlapping run by Cesar Maria, who's on his horse, and I was happy that Morel saw him, because sometimes fullbacks make those runs and don't get rewarded. Decent cross had to be cleared by Omaha. Cesar Maria doesn't get forward quite as much as Tyler Pollock does on the left side. Another guy perhaps looking to play for his spot in the championship game with Abdi Mohammed, who's supposed to be the right fullback starter, but Cesar Maria has been very impressive, especially defensively at that spot so far this season.
Yeah, Mohammed looked amazing coming out of the gates back in mid-July against Fort Lauderdale. Faced some injury issues, though, as the year went on. Murillo slid into that spot. Not his natural position, but has taken it on very well for John Harkes and the Triumph. Foul call. This is headed the other way in favor of the Owls.
John Harkes mentioned in our conversation too, you've not only got guys playing for spots in the championship game, you've got guys playing for contracts. A lot of these players in the USL on one-year deals, 1 year with club options. So all these games really do matter down the stretch, even when teams aren't playing for anything like Greenville at the moment.
Omaha on the attack. Good look down the right wing. Here they come. Locked in the end. Mohammed was there. Ball stays in play. Souza puts it in, headed away by Lee. Pollock over the top.
It's much better in the final third than what we've seen from Omaha lately. When we saw them earlier this season before that little losing streak, they were knocking the ball around real well. Even John Harkes talked about how good their movement is off the ball. They've impressed here in the first 15 minutes.
And first ever meeting between Union Omaha and Greenville, South Carolina. They are in the upstate of South Carolina, a place that Union Omaha hopes to return to in about 2 weeks' time for the League One final. They're in there currently 23 points, tied with Richmond, but they would lose on the wins tiebreaker if both teams do finish on their best possible points of 29. Omaha will finish the season against Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, while Richmond has 2 matches remaining, Orlando, and then Saturday against Chattanooga. Viadair pulled back, gonna be big free kick coming for the Triumph. To defend, I should say, against Union Omaha.
Yeah, Viadair causing trouble down that left side where he can. He played left mid the last few games, back at left back tonight, but he'll get forward as much as he can. He's causing some trouble. Nice little nutmeg on Cesar Maria. Had to grab him, lucky not to get the yellow card there with the pullback. See if Viadair can whip one in here to maybe 6 to 8 yards out. Cause some havoc in the middle of that Greenville defense. Dallas J have to make a decision here whether to come for this or not.
Viadair. Second on the team and create chances. Here one comes, but it's headed out of play by Conway. Goal kick.
It was a good run by Conway. Ball was delivered just a little bit behind him. Couldn't quite get his head on the right side of it. But dangerous crosses coming in from Omaha. We're used to Greenville being the team with the dangerous crosses, but Omaha showing so far they can do it just as well.
Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of USL League One and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Select ball so far, mostly with Omaha attacking Greenville. Here, ball over the top, Nuhu off his line, heads it, open goal here maybe for the Triumph. Chipped in there, but right at that near post. Not sure if that would have been out of play or towards goal. It was saved nonetheless by a defender. Tough spot for Nuhu.
He was caught sort of in no man's land. Made a good header of it in the first place, but didn't quite clear it enough to get it out past the first line of Triumph attackers. And Nuhu was sort of froze for a second. Perhaps just to play defender and let his guys get back and cover the line for him. Omaha got away with that one.
There's Mohammed trying to battle with Viadair. Loses it to the left back of Omaha. Knutson. Molina down the left flank. Cutting to the top, looking for the strike, bends it! Oh, what a goal! Molina strikes and silences the crowd here. Omaha up 1-0 here in the 19th.
Well, that should open things up. Molina coming in for only his 4th star of the season. What a strike with his right foot. Left Jallis J totally flat-footed.
Not much Jay could really do there. That was a great strike on the bend. Always dangerous when the wingers cut in at the top of the box. Taking another look on the Southern Culture Hospitality Group replay.
Yeah, Cesar Maria just left him a little too much space. Didn't get any help from Brandon Fricke. Perhaps could have come over and at least got a little closer and affected the shot. But 1-0 Omaha, and a first goal that should open things up here.
The Houston native strikes for the Owls, and they lead. That puts 3 teams' hopes to be in the final in jeopardy. An Omaha win eliminates Revs 2, Chattanooga, and Madison from contention. That ball had to play back to Union Omaha. And this kind of illustrates, though, what we've seen in the first 20 minutes of this match, Ross. Mostly chances, pressure down the field from Omaha. Not much in the final third yet for the Triumph.
No, so definitely a deserved lead. Molina took his chance very well. One thing you can do in League One, you can't give players too much space. The 20 to 25 yard range, we've seen so many bangers go in from that distance this year at all different stadiums. Molina, not a normal starter for Omaha, but making an early impact here.
Surely a goal of the week nomination there as a foul is called. Aaron Walker some words with Pexanar. Stays with Union Omaha though here in the 21st.
See there, Omar Mohammed now making that traditional mid-hat flip with Alex Morel. John Hart's will flip-flop his wingers numerous times via Dare. Not an easy player to get by at that left back spot. So Hart's giving him different looks here already in the first 20 minutes.
Sosa, the captain's armband, out there today for Omaha. See if they go the short route here. Lobs this one in to the left side, headed up and saved by Jay.
The Greenville marking so far on these high balls in has left a lot to be desired. Not much bodies being put on other players. Some free headers, luckily they haven't gone in.
That's been the problem of late, though, for Greenville. They went out to the desert cross-country trip, but they did give up 2 goals, so that's the 3rd goal allowed in 2 matches now for the Triumph. Jay Mims praising the organization of this Greenville defense and the overall formation this season. You see that perfect record for the Owls this season, all wins when they score the first goal. Had that 3-match losing streak that we mentioned, Viader being out for 2.5 matches, I guess you could call it, of that. Now into the box we go. Foul is called on the tug back. And this will be a free kick for the Triumph just outside the box, and a yellow card as well to open things up here in the 22nd.
Yeah, that was a deserved yellow. I think it was Alex Morel that was bursting into the box. It was a lovely flick through by Polak. Sosa with the pullback. May have had plenty of help by Osamani. He didn't really need to do it, but a very dangerous spot here.
The referee has
been seeking
caution in the 22nd
a free kick goal from distance this season. Maybe this is the time they get it.
Sosa.
Sosa into the books for the 4th time this season. See what Greenville can do here. This is their first real opportunity of the match. 2 shots to 1 on target so far, but mostly from the outside.
See, the referee's got to push that ball back a little bit. It's about 6 yards back right now. See if Aaron Walker perhaps crack one here. Who else is back there, Chris? Tyler Polak. Maybe looking to whip one in towards the far post. Make Nuhu decide to come for it. You fancy Aaron Walker here, though.
Polak fires there through the wall. And scooped in by Nuhu. He was able to hold on.
It was an awkward one. I'm not sure how it got through the wall. We'll take another look at it in a second. Nuhu didn't expect it, I don't think, at that level especially. You saw the left-footed kicker step up. You'd think it would be a whipped one towards that far post, but Tyler Pollard looking for his first goal as a member of the Triumph. Almost had it.
You saw it a few moments ago, though. Greenville 0-2 this season when they allow the first goal. That happened, of course, 2 times this season. The loss to Richmond, the loss to Revs 2. There are only 2 losses of the season. They have not conceded first at home this year, both of those road matches, of course. Richmond, the side that had the number of Greenville this season and their defense, their 2 matches. Greenville giving up 4 goals to the kickers.
Well, you don't want you to see your team go down 1-0. I don't think John Harkes will be overly upset in a match that doesn't really matter to them. I talked in midweek about how he likes to see his team react in adverse situations, and this is exactly one of those situations. Obviously won't cost them anything if they do lose, so we'll see how Greenville responds.
Conway. Molina getting it back out of traffic. Perhaps something that John Harkes hopes will wake up the Triumph, the early goal allowed. Knutson. Take it around the back. Polak gets a lucky hop, and it's out for a goal kick. Fans, make sure to follow Union Omaha, the Greenville Triumph, and the rest of USL League One all season long on ESPN+, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch League One live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Foul called. Back with the Triumph. Lots of matches headed your way this week. We'll check out the schedule at halftime. A couple matches Wednesday morning, Wednesday night that have implications. Starting with Richmond and Orlando of Tormenta taking on Revs 2 in there. Revs 2 hope to still be in contention for that second spot in the final by that point. Of course, Madison and North Texas doing battle at a rescheduling of the earlier season postponement. And then we head on into Saturday, Greenville, Orlando. Nothing much in that match. Richmond and Chattanooga doing battle. That could be a huge one. Madison, Revs 2, both still with life. And then Omaha taking on Fort Lauderdale, who has been eliminated, but that was quite the matchup we had. 5 goals between the two at Inter Miami CF Stadium. And then North Texas, kind of the sneaky team right now. They take on Tormenta, the final kick of the night. And that could be down to the wire depending on how things turn out with Omaha and Richmond in the mix. It always has to feel good as a squad when you enter your final 2 matches of the season, and you don't want to lose the final 2, but if you do, you're still in the place you want to be, at the top of the table. Otieno, I get around Muhammad. Now Murillo meeting up with Molina.
See Omar Mohamed coming over to help this time with Molina. One thing John Harkes has talked about with Omar Mohamed is he's working on his transition defense. He's got a lot better. We know what he's capable of, taking on players one-on-one, and great assist last week, as we said. But the reason why he wasn't starting as much as he did last season earlier this year was because of his transition defense. He came back nicely there and helped out.
And Christian Molina, Evan Conway, 2 great stories here on Union Omaha. 2 players that made it out of what teams call their community tryout. Now impacting on the field, of course. That shot comes and saved by Nuhu. It was McLean open in the box.
Good work there by Omar Mohamed. He's left-footed naturally. John Harkes loves him to cut back in and deliver crosses like that. Michael McLean almost got on the end. Well, he did get on the end of it, just couldn't get enough on it to get it past Nuhu. mentioned this Omaha defense, Chris. You said only 1 goal allowed. They've sneakily got a very good defense, especially with some of the changes they've made. Houseworth got hurt. Jake Kralls played some. Had to move around a lot of bodies in that back line. They've still maintained a very solid defensive record.
The two teams that are great at blocking shots and great at just not allowing any chances to the opposing side with their organization. Top two teams in shots on goal per game allowed, both under 3, with Greenville at 2.43, Omaha at 2.86. Now McLean in the box. Goes down, no foul called there by Pexanar. Omaha back in business.
Well, luckily McLean's still down. You and I, Chris, talked about before the game. Greenville have yet to get a penalty or give away a penalty this year. It looked like a decent shout. Referee had a good view of it, though.
Keegan to the end line, cross in, back post, Nuhu off his line, punches it away.
A good footwork there from Nuhu. He had to get back quickly from that front post to the far post to knock it away.
Headed the other way on the foul as Greenville back in business. McLean through the back. Murph is a wine that stands for something, more importantly, someone. Expert winemaker, former brewer, and part-time Rolling Stone. He believes in using quality ingredients paired with honest hard work. Experience this expert American craftsmanship now in both bottles and cans. Ask for it by his name, Murph Wines. Omaha back with the ball. Resetting through Nuhu. We approach our hydration break here in the first half. If you're just joining us, Christian Molina, the strike from the top of the box. A curler around Dallas J and off the post and in. Long ball found Sosa, couldn't keep it. Out of play. And this will bring us to our hydration break here in the 31st minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has indicated a safety and hydration break for the players. The break will last 1 minute. Thank you.
Let's take a look at the next matchup for either side. Of course, they both don't play until next Saturday. For Greenville, it will be Orlando, and for Union Omaha, it will be Fort Lauderdale. So Orlando City B, we saw them go toe-to-toe with the Triumph for 65 minutes. They did a great job blocking shots, avoiding giving up those chances, and now they'll test Greenville once again next Saturday.
Yeah, Greenville won the first matchup, but lost to Orlando City B late last year. Obviously, this is a much different OCB team than we saw in 2019, but still cause some trouble. We'll see what kind of Greenville team we see in this match, though. Unlikely to have a whole ton of starters in it.
Greenville headed on the road for the final match of the regular season, and then Union Omaha will take on Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale, a team that we've seen power through with their offense, struggle late in matches with the defense, but they can fire on all cylinders if you get caught up the field.
Yeah, one of the more fun teams to watch in League One, lead the league in passing. They've got some great young talent, some older talent too in Sosa. I'm not sure we'll see him next year, though. Yeah, some definite potential for Fort Lauderdale coming into next season. Fantastic
3-2 victory for Union Omaha a few weeks ago at Fort Lauderdale CF. A late goal on a breakaway. Vanacore Decker 1v1 putting it in, and that was the difference. And a huge 3 points at the time, and even now, looking back on it for Omaha in the table, looking for 3 more points here today on the road. Omaha 3 straight losses, bounce back with 3 matches unbeaten, heading towards a 4th with the current scoreline. And I'm Chris Bukovic, happy to have you with us. Alongside me, Ross Davenport. Now, of course, Greenville clinching home field advantage for the final with the loss by Richmond yesterday. Beginning Monday morning, current Triumph season ticket members will be granted an exclusive 48-hour window to purchase tickets to the League One final before they go on sale to the public on Wednesday. Prospective season ticket members have the opportunity to get free tickets to the championship match by placing a non-refundable new season deposit for 2021. Purchasers will receive 1 League One final ticket for each new 2021 seat, purchased up to 4 while supplies last. But keep in mind, public sale will begin Wednesday, October 21st through the Greenville Triumph ticketing site at 10:30 a.m. with prices starting at only $10. Gates for the 8 p.m. match will open early at 6:30 with pregame music and an extended happy hour with dollar drink specials until 8 p.m. Again, head over to the Greenville Triumph website for more information on that to come on October 30th. For now, though, it's Greenville and Omaha for the first time ever, and they may meet again, who knows, in that final to come on the 30th.
Yeah, you can see the good crowd that's turned out today for the final regular season home game. Tickets will be hard to come by, I think, for that October 30th games. Fans, be sure to jump on those on either Monday or Wednesday. We'll have a quote sellout. Obviously, they can't fill the place just yet. Don't think there'll be any tickets available on the day, that's for sure.
Yeah, still limited capacity. Muhammad kept that in play around Villader. Met by Otieno. Great recovery there by the midfielder. Muhammad back in. Pilato works it back over, headed away. And now Omaha a chance to break. Conway on the run against Fricky. He goes down, foul called.
You see Brandon Fricky's not happy with that call. Look shoulder to shoulder. Ball was in the vicinity. Referee Pexonar telling Fricky just to calm down a bit. Take another look at it here. Yeah, wasn't much in that. Fricky just had position on Conway.
Conway, the native of Wisconsin. Played with Ventura County in USL League 2 last year. 10 goals, 6 assists. Made it to the Western Conference Final in USL League 2 before losing to FC Golden State Force. Now taking his talents over to Omaha. Bullock. Greenville, most of their goals have come in the second half this season. They lead the league in goals beyond the 60th minute. Now a chance, though, for Greenville. Ball still alive. Pollock moves it in there. Back post, headed just up now. Muhammad. To the top. Shot fired. It's in. Greenville equalizes, and once again it's Pilato at the top of the box.
The man only scores bangers, Chris. Never tap-ins. That's his third one of the season. Lovely look back by Omar Mohammed. He was having trouble getting past his marker, but found Pilato wide open. What a great first-time strike.
Through the traffic, he hits it home. That goal not only presented by Pilato, but also Murph. And Mohammed sets up another teammate for yet another goal like last week.
Mohammed drew the attention of almost 3 Omaha defenders, and that really opened things up at the top of the box. We haven't seen too many goals from long distance by Greenville this season, but that was a big one.
Noah Pilato, his third of the season. His goal is always huge. It equalizes things back up here at home. 2 previous goals were second half game winners there for the midfielder. Suddenly it's 1-1 here in the 37th. The Owls looking to respond. They'll get the ball back here. Pilato the flick.
I'm sure we'll get another look at it, Chris, but the amount of traffic Noah Pilato had to put that ball through was a ton. Did well to find really the only soft spot just inside that far post.
Well, frankly, the first thing I noticed was Alex Morel ducking out of the way. Moving out of the way, I should say, and avoiding the touch. But as you said before, Ross, we only have bangers here in League 1. 2 today on your Sunday, for those tuning in. Another foul called there.
You see Aaron Walker, yeah, he's going to get himself a yellow card for taunting there. Conway going down easily, not for the first time this afternoon.
Your attention, the referee has issued a caution.
Walker, some talking back and forth with the official as well. Gets him into the books. Here to open things up, his 4th yellow card of the season. Let's take a look at what happened.
Walker initially slipped over, tried to recover. And he wasn't. The initial foul was by Alex Morel, and then yeah, Aaron Walker That'll get you a yellow card or a penalty in NFL as well. Taunting now, you can't be doing that. Good call by Pexonar. Don't want to see that in our sport.
Shows you that Conway is frustrating the veteran midfielder a bit here to start things off in the 39th, and that's probably what the Owls want to see here on the road.
I understand Aaron Walker's frustration, but at least wait till the referee's not looking to have a word with Conway.
Headed out of play. Omaha with a chance in the final third on the throw in. Viader heading over. Spaniard will turn 24 on Saturday. This throw in. Down goes Fricky on the tackle, and it is a free kick. Ibišević playing his college soccer at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Somewhere familiar to Jay Mims, of course. The head coach there for a number of years. Now Molina, met by Maria, who's way up the field. Otieno goes down. Good footwork there to win the foul against Keegan. Morel almost. Nice volley there for the interception. Souza instead gets it. Through ball, Souza. Final third, puts the ball in, floating free, and there is Muhammad. Through the box it goes. Knudsen, the former Tormenta player, back over to Nuhu. Ball sent in, good look, but Jay is there off his line. One thing I will say, that when you see that transition, Greenville, they're up and down the field, not as connected there on the defensive transition back. Omaha's been able to break up this compact look just a bit that teams have been dealing with all season.
Listen, managers know what they need to do to unlock this Greenville defense. The low block and mid block, I should say, they kind of play, but it's not easy to do. You've seen teams sort of try to go side to side and catch them on the counter, which appears to be the best way. Force them into mistakes sometimes as well, like the Evan Lee one last weekend. Yeah, Omaha doing a good job so far, and they're sort of wide open, loose. I think I said to you, Chris, sort of a loose way that they position themselves. They've got a lot of freedom to move around the pitch, and it does create some confusion. They've looked dangerous so far in this first half on the transition, there's no doubt about it.
If there was one guy that unlocked Greenville last year, it was North Texas head coach Eric Quill. He told us earlier this season that really you have to focus on those 1v1 battles out there, trying to force those for the triumph with those wingers on the outside. That's what we saw Molina do and get the goal out of it.
The way to do that, though, is to push bodies forward. And Greenville is also a very dangerous team on the counter with the speed of this guy. Omar Mohammed, we've seen Keegan and Morel score counter-attacking goals, and got to be careful as well in that regard.
All credit to North Texas there, still in this thing, trying to make the final. But they came to Greenville, shut out 7 shots, none on goal. It was just Greenville's day that day defensively. Here comes Omaha looking to get back in the lead. Floating free, cleared by Polak, at least for now. That blocked, still alive in there. Finally cleared by Greenville.
And that's the kind of chaos that Omaha like to thrive on. Get the ball in the box and get defenders thinking twice about that's going to be a yellow card. So quick that pocket kick. The hand came out that pocket by Pexonar there. Stop the quick counter by Greenville. Omaha had some bodies committed forward. Good professional foul, as we say. Let's take another look at it here.
In the 43rd minute to Omaha's number 17.
Wasn't quite a counter yet, but
Credit to Morel, he stayed on his feet despite his arm getting tugged like that, and Skierce into the books with a yellow card. That's his 4th of the season for the Arizona native. Back in business, go the Triumph here in the 43rd, approaching halftime. Pollock, ball in, still alive there. Muhammad couldn't get there, still in, blocked and cleared.
Not sure who the Omaha defender was at the far post, but he slipped, and luckily he found himself almost on top of the ball. He was able to clear, otherwise Omar Mohammed had a wide open opportunity at the far post. That was too far of a ball there. Not sure what that was.
Trying to get it over the top to that runner in the middle, but off the target. What's coming up, we'll have coverage for you around USL League One on the Oxford Barber Company halftime report. Highlights for you from yesterday and Friday night's action in USL League One and the implications of that, how the playoff picture has made its way out to be after this weekend. Not much has changed other than some drop points by the teams at the top. Omaha, of course, though, today looking to rise above the Kickers with any points on the road against Greenville. The teams leading the charge right now, Omaha, Richmond, and North Texas, Chattanooga, Revs 2, and Madison need a lot of help to get back in this thing, but it's still plausible. The math is still there.
It just seems like nobody wants that second final spot at the moment. Teams have had chances to pull away or really get back in the race and haven't taken advantage. Offside there.
There was one point yesterday in the action that every single team in League One, their previous match was either a draw or a loss. No one has really stepped up to the plate towards the end of the season. It was Revs 2 and North Texas, and then they drew 1-1 in a cold, wet night over at Gillette Stadium Friday night. Molina passes it over, it's blocked. Another opportunity from deep, that going wide. Was there a deflection? Indeed there was. Corner kick to Omaha. This is their fourth of the first half.
Madison doing a good job of getting on that second ball. Header down. Molina has found himself in tons of space. Not sure where the Greenville midfield was.
4 minutes of stoppage time presented by Warehouse Services, Inc., your global service supplier in third-party logistics. We have operations located throughout North America. Visit us at wsionline.com for additional information regarding operations and employment opportunities. Viadair, corner kick in. Foul called ahead of it as bodies fly. It's a free kick as two Triumph players are down.
I was going to say, I don't think the referee's watching to bring this one back. Dealing with a couple of injuries on the floor.
Aaron Walker all the way down the field. Good run for him. But this will head back to the Greenville box with quite a bit of stoppage time still to come.
Yeah, it's typical with Omaha. They've only had 40% of the ball, but they've been very effective when they have had it. Possession, it's only good when you have it in dangerous spots. You kick it about at the back all you like. Omaha are definitely in this game at the halfway point here.
Muhammad kept that in with the header, still alive. No one up there for the Triumph, though. It's out of play. I don't feel like either side has really done anything wrong to point at so far in the first 45 to correct. It's been a pretty even battle overall with, of course, lulls and moments of momentum.
Well, I'd agree, Chris. There's been a bit of chaos on both ends in the final third. Two very good finishes. Certainly be contenders for goals of the week.
It's going to be a tough choice for that award this weekend. Mario, bit of a whiff there. Molina takes it back in.
Jay Mims will be pleased with his performance so far. Obviously, they need the 3 points more than Greenville do. Definitely competing with the league leaders here. 45 minutes left to try and get that winner.
They got a goal today early on, coming off of that scoreless draw against Madison last Sunday. Now Murillo, but a foul is called on the former North Texas man. Free kick to Omaha.
Good work there by Artiano. If Rourke had looked up, he had a little window of opportunity to slide it through, I think, to Mr. Jake Keegan. Didn't quite see it, though.
Headed on. Molina there. Murillo steps in front of him to get to it. There's a downfield. McLean is on the run. Ball stayed in. Finally brought down, and Greenville in business for the final bit of stoppage time here. Good ball here, in towards the box, goes down. We play on.
Another debatable call on that side of the box. Pexner was in good place, the referee. Thought Alex Moreau went down a little too easily. Not one to do that normally, though, Alex Moreau, and that'll take us to the half.
Well, we are where we started, all even on the score line. One apiece, Greenville and Omaha in their first meeting in League One history. And Omaha hoping they'll have one more meeting coming on October 30th. A point will put them ahead of Richmond as we enter the fray that will be Week 15 in League One. 1-1 at the break as we enter our Oxford Barber Company halftime report. Coverage to come for you from this League One weekend. All the storylines and the up-to-date playoff picture, including these two squads in front of us. Well, Omaha started early, some great opportunities for Jay Mims and the Owls, but then Greenville finishing it off late, getting back in the action. We'll see how both sides come out in the second half. Stay with us for more coverage here from the upstate of South Carolina.
My dad said he can't hear me. I'm like, I'm being brave.
Reward your car at Finn's Car Wash. And with the Finn's mobile app, you're rewarded too, like a free top wash when you join our loyalty program. Download the Finn's app and start earning rewards today. Finn's Car Wash. Fast, fun, fantastic.
From boardroom to the showroom, storefront to doorfront, lobby sign to freeway sign. Designing, developing, installing, and elevating your brand. The trusted name is Wrap and Roll Graphics. Providers of fleet graphics, wall murals, and architectural enhancements. Now is the time to drive attention and strengthen your brand. It's time to Wrap and Roll.
Welcome into the Oxford Barber Company halftime report at the half between Greenville and Omaha. Ross, last match of the weekend in front of us right here in USL League One, so plenty of action to go through. A lot of teams in contention for the playoffs, but not making too much movement on the standings. We start Friday night, Gillette Stadium, New England 2 and North Texas. Rivera getting us going.
Yeah, both of these teams could really have used 3 points from this game, but they'll take the point. They're still both alive.
Plenty of players looking for bangers on the night. Rivera starting in the 9th minute. Early chances for both sides in the action. Rodriguez got going in the second half, forcing a diving save out of Meyer.
Yeah, it's really a shame New England really got things going so late. They've beaten Greenville, Omaha, and Richmond this season.
Yeah, North Texas, the team running up there hot. So is New England, too. You mentioned 4 wins in a row. North Texas, 3 wins in a row. And both sides unable to get it done. But it was Nicky Hernandez that salvaged a point and kept North Texas alive even further. New England, too, the team more in trouble at this point. Now one into the net. 1-1 it went final at Gillette Stadium to start the weekend. Not much changing as we moved into our 1 p.m. matchup at CHI Memorial Stadium. Chattanooga, Madison, 2 teams once again that need a win, Ross.
Yeah, another game where a point didn't do a whole lot of good for either team. This was an interesting goal here. We thought he had a chance to put it away on the advantage, but it went to the penalty where Hurst put it away.
Greg Hurst, he's up there in the goal and boot battle. His last 2 goals from the PK spot. The Chattanooga offense in trouble of late as Uzo coming to the rescue there to keep their hopes alive for the victory. But Michael Vang doing special things once again, driving into the box, and he salvages the point for Madison by the end of the match.
Yeah, nice goal by Vang. He's had a great season. We'll see how long he lasts in League One. He may be looking higher after this season.
The bigger story of the match, the 2 keepers, Chris Brady once again standing on his head, getting 2 big saves, including this one in the match. 4 saves for Mangles on the other side.
Man, you would have put my young Greg Hurst to put that one away with his quality, but yeah, great save by Brady.
Beautiful kick save. One more opportunity for Chattanooga and a tip away by Brady. That ended up keeping 1 point apiece. Vang didn't take the point-blank try there. Bucci couldn't get it on through the numbers. And 2 teams that needed 3 points. Same theme here. They both get a point at the end of the day. Then we moved on to the middle of the day matchup between Tormenta and Richmond. And Tormenta, they looked really good in the first half. Vignal serving up some balls for Micheletto. And here he is in first half stoppage time. And a lot of teams, they had their hopes in Tormenta. With a Richmond win in this one, multiple teams would have been eliminated, 3 to be exact.
Yeah, Richmond, listen, every team in this league hits a funk at some point, and Richmond just seems to have hit it at the wrong time, unfortunately, for them.
Yeah, they just can't get the offense going of late. Their last 2 goals in the run of play coming from the PK spot. They had the loss to North Texas, and now the loss to Tormenta at home, and they'll be back at the drawing board. League One brunch for them on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. They'll be back over in Orlando, Florida. Well, at this point now, we still have 6 teams in contention for the second spot overall, just 1 spot on the line. And the 3 with the best chance probably, it's Richmond, Omaha, North Texas SC there. Need some help from Omaha and Richmond. It's the Kickers that are in the driver's seat. 2 wins in the last 2, and they will be into the League One final.
Yeah, amazingly for Richmond, despite the stumble, they've got some other results going their way elsewhere and could still hold their own destiny.
Omaha, obviously in the second half to come, a win would be huge for them to get 1 leg up, put some pressure on the Kickers. North Texas, they're waiting in the wings. They can get 2 wins maybe this week at Madison and against Tormenta. Coming up, we'll take you through news and notes around USL League One as we continue the Oxford Barber Company halftime report.
Takes a shot, and it's in the back of the net. And a timing stop. Looks the goal, shoots it. Unbelievable.
Save made.
Unbelievable. Makes the save.
Oh, what a goal.
Knocked away.
It's in the back of the net.
What a goal there.
And pushed aside.
Trying to pick up the top corner. It's in off the post. Over the free kick. It's Firmino. What a hit that is. And Fox on his left foot. Liotti, saved by Jay.
Rodriguez scoops it in there, headed free, and shot and put in. Oh, what a goal. It's Burgess in his second appearance for North Texas SC. Angle last year. Fires it on that huge save by Fitzgerald.
Carbon copies of each other. It's a matter of who will score first. Maybe it's here, the shot, and that will be the first goal. Fox, volley by Vignal, still loose. Micheletto tries something incredible and nearly has it. To the save at full stretch by Marancio.
check out news and notes from around USL League One. Ross Triumph still waiting for their opponent now that this game will be at Legacy Early College.
Yeah, it's exciting for the fans in the upstate. And at the bottom there, Nicholas Firmino, his first play of the week. The Revs 2 are playing very well.
Yeah, they got their win over Fort Lauderdale CF last week. Greenville, 2 members in the Team of the Week honors this week. Omar Mohammed, Lachlan McLean after his brace against Tucson last week to get a point.
Yeah, Lachlan McLean, impressive Australian in his first year as a pro.
Speaking of Lachlan McLean, he makes his way into the goals leaders categories in the top 4 now, just behind Lopez Espin and Hurst.
Yeah, does he have a chance of catching Tuzaga? We'll have to see. 2
matches remain for the Greenville Triumph as we head over to the GAA battle. Dallas J, Rashid Nuhu in front of us today. All night, Philip Marchetta not playing of late for their 2 sides, but they're up there at 1 GAA or below.
Yeah, Dallas J with the bobblehead. Will he have the GAA winner trophy to go alongside it?
See if he can keep that run going as they head into Orlando next weekend. And we looked at the other contenders previously. Here's the final 3. All 3 of these teams hoping Omaha doesn't get the win in the second half.
A lot of fans in all 3 regions paying very close attention to this match today, and for good reason.
Yeah, that match, Chattanooga at Orlando, yet to be rescheduled. We'll see how they handle that one as the Rebels head towards the end of the campaign. Well, let's take a look at the scoreboard this weekend. A lot of draws until we hit the mid to late matches yesterday.
Yeah, one thing about draws, it keeps other teams in it, and Richmond just in a poor run of form at the moment.
Yeah, Tormenta, big upset, helping out a lot of League One members with that result yesterday. And the standings, FC Tucson with the win last night, ending the season at 22 points right in the middle there. They are out of playoff contention, though, but a huge pack, 5 points separating second from 8th.
Yeah, it's been a very exciting season. Coming down to the wire, we've got, it says 7 teams all in contention.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule here. Final week of USL League One action. 3 matches on Wednesday before we finish out. Final match day on Saturday.
Chris, all 6 of these matches, they'll have something riding on it depending on the final result of this game, so exciting stuff.
Final match of the season to kick off North Texas Tormenta. North Texas still in it. We'll see what they can do in that one Saturday night. Coming up, we'll check out highlights and stats from our first half here in Greenville.
What's Greenville's best-kept secret for auto loans? Greenville Heritage Federal Credit Union. If you're on the market for a new car, visit Greenville Heritage before you start shopping to get pre-approved and save yourself a lot of hassle and a whole lot of money. Or refinance your current car loan for a better interest rate. It's a simple process that could save you hundreds of dollars. Visit greenvilleheritage.com to find the branch nearest you and start saving money. Federally insured by the NCUA.
There is more to explore in the Blackstone District.
Welcome back here into the upstate of South Carolina as we finish off our Oxford Barber Company halftime report with your first half highlights presented by Greenfield's Bagels and Deli. 1 goal apiece, Ross, as we enter the second half. Started early in the 19th minute for Omaha.
Yeah, Omaha certainly had the better of the first 15 minutes of action. Right after that, here comes Molina down the left wing, just giving too much space by Cesar Maria. What a shot. This was with the right for a good swerve away from Dallas J, who had a good, was never going to get to it though, was he? That was a great strike.
Brilliant strike there to open things up, and we'd have another banger from the top of the box as Noah Pilato once again would find his way open as the match went on.
It was well kept in there by, I think it was Aaron Walker kept it in. Omar Mohammed hit a little bit of footwork. Pollado was wide open at the 18-yard box. That's a great strike just behind the back of Alex Morello. Had to sort of lean forward to get out of the way of it. It was Tyler Polak actually with the cross, kept it alive. Pollado just sort of just drifts in towards the edge of the box and finds himself in open space and capitalizes.
Third goal of the season for Pollado, and that meant it was 1-1 at the break as we ended out things. In the first half, a look at our first half stats as well. Pretty even on the scoreline and, of course, in the stats so far.
No, Omaha will be very happy on the road with their performance, but they really do need that game-winning goal at some point here in the second half. They're going to keep up with Richmond.
Two of the top defenses here in USL League One. They both are allowing above average shots on target so far today. So tells you a little bit about how open this match has been up and down the field. Greenville making a sub at halftime, and we're hearing it is Abdi Mohammed coming on at the right back spot for Murillo.
Say keep up with Richmond. Obviously with the point, Omaha would be a point ahead of Richmond, but Richmond do have those 2 games in hand. So the win here would be really crucial for Omaha. Yeah, Abdi Mohammed on for Greenville. Provides a little bit more going forward than Cesar Murillo does. Need a bit of a 45 minutes to audition himself, see if he's healthy for a potential starting spot in a couple of weeks. There he is there.
Has spent time on loan with Memphis 901 FC last year. Has had some great looks to begin the campaign this year before some injury troubles. Of course, that substitution presented by Spinks as well for the Greenville Triumph. So the header out of play. Keegan getting set to get us going once more. As Polak comes up to take this throw-in. The left back stepping up. Low cross sent in. Vanacore Decker.
Back to Abdi Mohammed. Coach John Harks did say during the week that he's playing through things. He's got to convince himself that he can really compete again, obviously for more than just 45 minutes. You would think if he's going to be considered for that championship game, perhaps he'll get a full game next weekend against Orlando. So he does provide a lot more going forward than Cesar Murillo does. Murillo's played a great role though as fill-in for the injured Mohammed during this season. Greenville wouldn't be where they are without him.
Always great to see the 2 cousins on the field as well, Abdi and Omar, members of the Ocean Stars internationally, playing for their native Somalia. Both more recently from the state of Ohio, though, and now reuniting in the upstate of South Carolina. Here's Omar. Both Mohammeds on that right flank. Viader, good challenge. This is a fun combo on that far wing. The 2 fullbacks. Very quick, Abdi Mohammed and Viader. Out of play in front of the Greenville bench. Throw in for the Triumph. Or no, it is Omaha.
Playing after Somalia ranked 197th in the world right now, just ahead of guess who? Guam. Dallas Jays. Ooh, national team.
Both Mohammeds showing really well for the Ocean Stars in the off season. Dallas J spending time with Guam last year as well. Taking him briefly away from that Greenville run towards the final. Greenville very composed to start this second half on the ball, slowing up the tempo a bit. Up and down the field in that first half, breaking things up in their organization. Now long ball, a bit too far for Morel. It's a throw-in for Union Omaha. Again, Omaha, a lot on the line for them. A win would really help things out. It would eliminate 3 sides in USL League One: Chattanooga, Revs 2, and Madison. Keep in mind, though, that an Omaha loss today at the end of the day would mean they could be eliminated from playoff contention with a win by Richmond against OCB on Wednesday due to the Wins tiebreaker. Even a point would be huge for the Owls.
And with the way Richmond are playing right now, no guarantee of a win down there in Orlando. They're trying to get out of that funk. Maybe that game will help them. Certainly don't want to be limping into the championship game. Although Greenville were kind of limping into the playoffs last year and still almost pulled it off.
Out of play, corner kick for Omaha. That's corner kick number 5 today for the Owls, first of the second half. Jake Keegan, Max Hemmings going down with injuries late in the season. It's when J.J. Donnelly and Carlos Gomez really stepped up, and the irony, Gomez is out with an injury right now for the Triumph. Corner kick sent in here for the Owls. Headed away by Muhammad. Good second opportunity to the end line, but too heavy the touch. It's a goal kick for Jay.
That was a great header away by Abdi Mohammed. It was a dangerous ball in. Kind of firm header, about as firm a header as you can get on it.
The 2020 League One season concludes in historic fashion with the league's first national TV broadcast. Don't miss the top 2 teams in the league compete for the 2020 League One title on both ESPN Plus and ESPN Deportes at 8 p.m. Eastern on October 30th. As we previously mentioned, in this stadium, as they will do battle with one of 6 teams currently competing for that second spot, one potentially being Omaha, as they are on the attack now. Conway towards the final third, but one back by Lee. Omaha and Richmond now in the driver's seat, but North Texas has had a brilliant run of form. 4 unbeaten now, with 10 points in their last 4. It would be a bit poetic to see that rematch of last year's League One final. Omaha back in business in the opposing final third.
Interesting to see how long Jay Mims waits to make substitutions here. Again, the draw obviously doesn't eliminate them from playoff contention, but makes things a lot more difficult. We have plenty of firepower on the bench in the likes of N4 and Boyce, veteran Contreras as well.
Contreras, who was part of that El Paso Locomotive side in USL Championship last year that made the Western Conference Final. They again are headed to the Western Conference Final with their PK victory over New Mexico last night. They'll face Phoenix Rising next weekend.
It should be a fun one.
Of course, Elma N4, someone that many League One fans familiar with from last year, and of course this year, after he played with Lansing Ignite, his former teammate Brandon Fricke out there for the Triumph, of course, as this is a Triumph corner kick presented by PNC Corners for Kids. First of the match for the Triumph. Towards the end line they go, put in there. Still alive, McLean takes a shot that's blocked. Lee at the top fires, and it hangs a bit too high. Goal kick for Nuhu.
Evan Lee in there for his height presence, but found himself on the edge of the box. Sort of a Noah Pilato situation, but it was got a good foot on it, but couldn't keep it down. Just taking a look at it here. Yeah, it's very well struck, just a little too much airtime.
That would have been something, the Fricke assist over to Lee with the cannon. But we stay 1-1 here in the 53rd.
You mentioned Almer M4, Chris. He's had trouble really breaking into the starting lineup on a consistent basis for Omaha. Now finds himself coming off an injury. I'm sure we'll see him here at some point. He provides a bit of a different look, so quick on the ball, great dribbler.
He's kind of a do-it-all forward. Despite his stature, he's at 5'8" up there. He's quick, he's fast, but he can hold up the ball pretty well too with some physical play. before winning a national title in college in NCAA Division II, along with Pablo Jara, the Tormenta keeper at Wingate. Over the top to the right wing. Omar Muhammad in there, still alive with it. Knutson, a nice stop. Omaha maybe headed the other way.
And Muhammad just got the ball caught under his feet a little bit. Knutson had to stay on his feet. That's why you don't want to dive in there on Muhammad. That's one thing you don't want to do inside the box with that man. Move your feet. Here comes Sosa now.
Getting around Pollock, great dribbling, puts it in there and just wide. Yes, it did go out of play in the end. A secondary runner on the backside, nearly doing damage against the Triumph.
Oh, lovely footwork there by Faraday. Turned Tyler Pollock inside out. Don't see that happen too often. A nice crossing with that right foot. Dallas J had to think about it. The run at the back post by Molina was just a tad too late for Greenville.
Over the top, the flag was not up as Omaha tried the offside trap on Omar Muhammad. He was wide open. Nuhu took care of it, though.
He's gone wandering a couple of times tonight, Nuhu, but he's made sure he's got a head or a chest line that time. Hasn't cost him yet.
Deflected. This will stay in play. Back with Union Omaha. Again, 3 matches unbeaten. And some room to work towards the final third. Ball sent in. Lee's there, though, for a touch. Still alive. The shot fired, blocked by Fricky. Vanacore Decker couldn't do anything with it. Paul Otto was there. Now things opening up like the first half.
Vanacore Decker was screaming for that ball at the edge of the box. Instead, tried to find Bishevic, but could get a foot on it. Good work on the defensive end by Greenville with a couple of blocks.
Lee entering today with 9 blocks on the season. Fricky entering with a team lead of 14 blocks. All-league player last year, maybe headed that way here in 2020. Fricky letting this one go over to Jay. Foul called up the field. This will go the way of Omaha.
And John Scarce, a very physical midfield. That was a great header there. Just kind of got undercut. I think it was by Jay Keegan.
Again, I'd like to welcome in everyone tuning in locally in the upstate of South Carolina CW62, as well as those tuning in at the watch party for Union Omaha over at the Corner Kick. Hope you're enjoying the action today. 1-1 here in the 58th. Sosa, good ball over the top. Vanacore Decker in space against Walker. Puts it over, stopped again by the Greenville center backs.
Good coverage by Evan Lee, tracking back. He made an unfortunate mistake last week in the draw at Tucson, but more than making up for it tonight with solid defensive play here in the last 5 minutes especially.
Keegan over to Morrell. Looking into the box, only McLean was there. Walker, Omar Muhammad. It's stuck in traffic, back to Omaha. Otieno. Vanacore Decker. Thinking about it from deep, he took a shot, but right off the Pollock in front of him.
I'm surprised he didn't take Tyler Pollock on for pace there. Not sure if that was the right decision from Vanacore Decker. He hasn't had much of an impact in this match so far. Perhaps getting a little frustrated.
He leads the team in assists and created chances this season. Osumanu. Long ball. Sosa up there into the box all of a sudden, still with it, pokes it free, still alive, lay it off, Vandercourt Decker, deflected up there and a huge stop at the near post.
Dallas J. He had to scramble across quickly. That was just, I don't know how Sosa was in so much space on that right side. Did some great work from the right back here. Lovely little 1-2. Just a little behind Molina though. Vandercourt Decker with the strike fulls, and what a save by Dallas J. You can see
corner kick for
head in the
Union
hands
Omaha.
there from Ibišević.
Just a wall in there, this Greenville defense in the second half. Omaha unable to punch through. Can they do it? On the corner kick, their second of the second half. Ball sent in, headed away. Some room on the run. Omar Muhammad. Well, room for a moment. Now foul from behind, and a card along with it.
Diadair took the corner and had to get on his horse to try and catch Muhammad. It's probably a good foul in the end. He'll take that yellow card.
The referee has issued a caution to Union Omaha's number 3.
Diadair getting his third card of the
60th
season.
minute.
He did have two teammates right in front of Muhammad, so maybe it wasn't as good of a foul as it initially looked.
Your
But
attention at the 70th
stop the
minute.
quick counter.
We will no longer be selling alcohol. We appreciate you drinking responsibly, and if needed, you can call an Uber or Lyft to pick you up.
Walker with the free kick.
On Bramlett Street. Drive safe, and thank you for your cooperation.
Greenville back in business here in the 61st. Again, Greenville, Omaha battling for the first time this season and in their club's histories. Maybe a preview of a potential League One final match to come on October 30th in this stadium. Pilato in the box, plays it over, headed back, Walker at the top, fires it through traffic, but blocked. Now the Owls back on the attack the other way.
this game really opening up now. Teams pushing a few more bodies forward, looking for that potential winner.
Molina lays it over. Ibišević the shot, but saved by Jay, maybe going out of play anyway. A spot in the USL Championship Final is on the line next weekend with the Championship Conference Finals beginning Saturday, October 24th. Be part of the conversation and watch every match, every goal, every save, and every celebration on ESPN Plus on the way to the USL Championship Final, November 1st at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. We mentioned Phoenix and El Paso doing battle in one final, the other Louisville and Tampa Bay, which should be a fun one in terms of coaching matchups as well. And the winner of each matchup, of course, will meet in that USL Championship Final. Molina back on the attack with Union Omaha. Service in, cleared on the volley.
See Omaha now pushing more and more bodies into that final third. Should see some changes soon, I would think, from Jay Mims.
Cleared out of play. Throw in. They have a sub along with it. We check out some of the scores from this week in USL League
Substitution
One.
for the Triumph. Entering the match, number 6, Paul Klaus.
Here comes Paul
And
Klaus
leaving the match, number
onto
8,
the field.
Aaron Walker.
For Aaron
Also
Walker.
entering for Greenville, number 17, J.J. Donnelly. And leaving the match, number 14, Lachlan McLean.
So now in the 64th minute, you're maybe seeing some of those subs that maybe are expected now that they have locked up the top seed in the league.
J.J. Donnelly dealing with a bit of a knee injury coming into this one.
Both those substitutions presented by Spinks, of course, as Donnelly comes on. He, as Ross said, did not make the trip out to Tucson.
Yeah, Well, Lachlan McLean didn't have quite of an impact today as he did in the last one. Again, as you said, Chris, John Hart's looking to keep some of his starters fresh as Evan Lee is still down. Slight concern here. After that attack, it looks like he got some cramp maybe.
Greenville does not have many options at center back at the moment. Harry Hawkins went down with an injury earlier this year. McLean ending the day, 3 shots, 2 on target, 18 touches.
We have Andrew Booth on the bench who could potentially play center back if needed. Cesar Murillo's obviously off now. He's more of a natural center back. As you mentioned, Chris Powell, and Powell not in the squad, and Harry Hawkins injured, so hopefully Evan Lee looks like he's in some pain there with his cramp though.
Of course, yesterday with the loss by Richmond, Greenville clinching home field advantage for the upcoming final beginning Monday morning. Current Triumph season ticket members will be granted an exclusive 48-hour window to purchase tickets to the League One final before they go on sale to the public on Wednesday. Respective season ticket members have the opportunity to get free tickets to the championship match by placing a non-refundable new season deposit for 2021. Purchasers will receive 1 League One final ticket for each new 2021 seat purchase, up to 4 while supplies last. Public sale will begin Wednesday, October 21st through the Greenville Triumph ticketing site at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, with prices starting at only $10. Gates for the 8 p.m. match will open early at 6:30 p.m. with pregame music from DJ Shah and an extended happy hour with dollar drink specials until 8 p.m. All the festivities coming your way. Again, October 30th, League One final here in 2020.
So John Hart's fiddling with his tactical lineup board there, trying to figure out what he may have to do if. But here comes Evan Lee now to try and run it off. Looks to be all right.
They have the new signee, Matt Powell, who can play at center back, but he is not in the 18 today. Sosa in there trying to win the corner kick. Nothing doing there on the deflection. Good opportunity here. Conway bends it. It's in! Only brilliant goals on this Sunday afternoon. Omaha leads in the 67th.
In the 66th minute.
Another case of a
goal for Union Omaha.
Hard attacker getting too much space, 25 yards out. What a great strike. Can't get enough of them here today. Conway got enough power in it to get it past Dallas J. Take another look at it here. Good work here by Vanacore Decker. Lovely strike, Dallas J. Just not quite enough length to get on the end of it. Crucial goal for Union Omaha.
Huge one as we head down towards the playoff stretch here for a potential final berth for Conway. His 5th goal of the season, a team leading 5th, as he gets them back on top. Now Pilato, Greenville looking to equalize. Lobs it in there. No one there near that left post.
I think it was aimed for J.J. Donnelly, who had either slipped or tripped and was on the ground. Does provide a good aerial presence, just like Lachlan McLean.
Two subs getting set to come on for Omaha to try and seal this road victory. They will come on now, sounding like Devin Boyce.
Entering the match, number 15, Elma Enfor.
Also Elma Enfor coming on
number 18,
into
Elvir
the fray.
Ivashevich. Also entering the match, number 20, Devin Boyce. And leaving the
Boyce,
match,
the typical
number
starter
7,
this season,
Ethan
12
Decker.
starts ahead of today. This is his 15th appearance. Both with a goal and an assist this season. We'll see how this changes things up out there for Union Omaha, as Vanacore Decker comes off after that assist over to Conway.
Interesting to see where these two line up. They certainly tell us a lot about what Jay Mims has in mind for the rest of this match. Is he happy with the 2-1, or is he going to try and seek that third? Boyce has been playing center forward of late. He's more naturally a midfielder. He should slide into that right mid spot where Vanacore Decker was. So pretty much two like-for-like substitutions you would think.
Again, three sides cheering on a Greenville comeback. Chattanooga, Revs 2, and Forward Madison. We thought we might get through this weekend with everyone still in the race as it started this weekend. But the Owls, they have other thoughts. They want to take advantage of the Richmond loss yesterday. Ball sent ahead. Triumph on the run. Omar Muhammad in the box. Knocked out of play. No, Nuhu, great awareness, keeps that on the line, as it seemed like Muhammad was trying to cut back to Keegan.
I think it was John Skeers that tracked it back with an amazing sliding tackle to deny Muhammad, trying to get it on his favorite left foot.
Omaha has had a great run this season on the road, just the one loss. 2 wins, 4 draws, and you'll take those draws every time on the road in a league where it's extremely tough to win on the road. Free kick over to Omaha.
Oh. Sienna with some cramp. I mean, Otieno with a cramp now, perhaps.
Here in the 70th, a pause here to check on him. On the road, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, and Rodney Marsh. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. Otieno, a big part of the recent success for Union Omaha. Good to see him walk off the field under his own power. Limited capacity crowd here today at Legacy Early College, as it has been for many of the recent matches for the Triumph. Jay Mims sending Otieno back in there. Out of play, back the other way. We talked about goal of the week nominations in League One. There's usually 3 nominations. It could be all from the same game, frankly.
No, 3 amazing strikes. I feel for the guys at headquarters that have to make that decision for this upcoming week. Maybe we can expand the field a little bit.
Even Rivera at New England Revolution 2 had a brilliant strike in the 9th minute against North Texas on Friday. Look at the Saturday slate coming up. Final match day in USL League One. Richmond-Chattanooga, that's a huge one, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time at City Stadium. Revs 2 Madison battling, but they could be both eliminated if Omaha hangs on here. And then the Owls hosting Fort Lauderdale before North Texas and Tormenta finish out the night in the League One regular season. Ball lofted in, Jay off his line, he grabs it out of the air to continue the attack down the right flank here in the 73rd. Well, we saw Greenville fight back and equalize late against Tucson. Can they do it again? Ball sent in, Keegan there, fires, saved by Nuhu, but the flag was up, offsides.
A lovely run through by Keegan. He's had a relatively quiet night, or afternoon I should say. Just a little too quick on the run there. Maybe half a step offside.
Long ball over the top, no one really there. Sosa, the header back over to Nuhu.
Rashid Nuhu knows exactly what he's doing. Just killing some time here. Perhaps a little early to be doing that with 16+ minutes to go plus injury time. Every second can count, especially when you're fighting for a championship game spot. There's that big boot I talked about earlier in the game.
There's Donnelly. Omaha keeping this high line going. Abdi Muhammad goes down. A free kick is won for Greenville.
That was a good call there, Paxton. I'll let it run a little bit, see if the Triumph had advantage. It was a new challenge on Muhammad. Take another look at it here. Yeah, just got him on the foot, actually. And then perhaps the knee. Didn't quite roll to JJ Donnelly. And Tyler Polak looked to whip this one into the danger zone.
Ball lofted in. Right to Omar Muhammad. Back post, puts it in there, headed and wide. Great look in the end. Sub will come on, so Colin Stripling running over to the scorer's table while that free kick was taken.
Good delivery from Muhammad, similar to the one he gave him playing the goal last week. This time it's for more of a set position. Keaton got a good head on it, but
keep your
just
mask
not
on
enough
at
of
all
it.
times, so we can continue to host
imploring his
you for
defenders to
Triumph matches this season.
keep
Thank
their
you for
focus
your
here in the last 15
cooperation.
minutes.
That is our second half hydration break. We'll see what John Harks comes out with out of this. You talk about the mistakes to find these goals for Union Omaha, not stepping up and causing that contact, that spot to stop the proceedings up the field. Let's take a look at these goals in front of us that could all be up for goal of the week, as we mentioned. We start with Molina early on.
I think it's just a preview of it, Chris. Three very different goals there. That one was a nice outswinger, swerving off the outside of his right foot. And we had the lovely goal by Greenville. Noah Pilato, Omar Muhammad with the brink, with the knockdown, patience, and it's just pure pace to get through that traffic by Pilato. Here's the go-ahead goal. Left foot with the inside of the left foot, curler by Conway. 3 gems.
2-1 to Omaha late in the match here as we end out our hydration break. Greenville looking to respond.
Substitutions for Greenville.
And it will be Colin Stripling coming on, versatile player, usually in the midfield. He'll be coming on for Noah Pilato.
And leaving the match, number 18, Omar Mohammed. Also entering for Greenville,
Andrew Booth also coming on for Omar Muhammad.
and leaving the match, number 20, Noah
John
Pilato.
Harks making some subs here and some Spinks substitutions. Reflect that he's getting out some of his starters as this match goes on, but a chance for Greenville still equalize this match as we head deeper into it. Stripling, Pilato, a like-for-like switch. Andrew Booth, number of positions he can play. We've seen him at right back. We've seen him in the midfield. Someone that Harks says can play the number 10. Still someone we're figuring out overall, to be honest.
We just need to see where Booth slots in here. He's not a winger. Certainly can play in the center of that midfield. We'll see where Stripling ends up as well. Maybe more of a 4-5-1. We'll see.
Booth, the former Florida international player in college, that out of play. Back with the Triumph. This will be a huge result for Omaha, a huge result across the league. What a statement it would be to come on the road, get a victory, and where the final will be played against the opponent coming up on October 30th while you're hunting that other spot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, John Harks knows what his priorities are here. He's keeping his team healthy. Just over 1 game ago in the season. Yeah, sure, he'd like to win this game, but not at the expense of perhaps losing a key starter to an unnecessary foul or something like that. So, getting his subs on here. Booth. Not sure exactly what kind of formation they're going. Maybe Jay Keegan to the wing, Chris. That's probably the more likely. Going with the one up top. Pack that midfield a little more. We've seen Greenville use that 4-5-1 at times in the past, settled to more of a 4-4-2 over the last month or so.
Again, Omaha will finish out the season with Fort Lauderdale on Saturday, back at Warner Park. Greenville on the road against Orlando City B. Ball falls free, past N4 and into the arms of Jay.
Looks like Keegan will drift out to this left side. There he is on the ball now. Bringing back the old three-man center mid that Greenville used so well for a while with Klaus and Walker and Gomez at times, Palado. The thing about John Arks, he's got guys that can play multiple positions and they can change pretty easily to this kind of formation. So Stripling will play just behind the higher attacking midfielders. So there is Booth on the left now.
Popping in and out, that ball past Klaus though, and over to Omaha. Here comes the press from Greenville.
You got some fresh legs out there. I think Omaha worked for these last 10 minutes plus.
Sosa looking downfield. Didn't find much. The header back though. Does find the feet of Omaha. Now Boyce. Stripling stepping up. Now Pollock down the left wing. Keegan in front of him. Klaus back out to the left side. Pollock. Stripling. Met by Boyce. Boyce gets the tackle out of play, throwing for Greenville here in the 82nd. Two subs coming on for J. Mims and the Owls.
Your attention, substitution for Omaha. Entering the match, number 6,
as it will be Tyler David
and leaving the match,
and Jacob
number 5,
Kroll.
Otieno. Also entering for Omaha, number
Kroll,
16,
11 starts
Jake
this season.
Kroll. And leaving the match,
David with
number 14,
9.
Christian Molina.
Otieno coming off. Impactful player here today.
Yeah, likely straight sub there. David for Otieno. Jake Kroll, a defender by nature. We'll see perhaps if Villadair pushes up a little bit into that Molina spot with Kroll going the left back.
Throw in on the near side. Morrell back over to Pollock. Let's see how Greenville handles this one. Lee all the way up here. Stripling plays it in. Knocked through and cleared. Booth got enough on that to keep it in the box. Muhammad. Ball sent on. That will be cleared by David.
It didn't look like the best ball there initially by Stripling, but Booth, I don't know if he did much about it. Got a great touch on it. He would just perhaps turn the other way, would have found himself in space about 6 yards out.
Klaus to the wing. Abdi Muhammad stepping up, but taken back by the Owls. We'll get a throw in as well. Here the 83rd. Impressive numbers by both offenses. 25 combined shots, 11 combined shots on target. Two of the top defenses in the league going at it, but offenses have come to play, and all 3 goals can show for that. Donnelly.
Lovely first touch.
Corner kick here, PNC corner for kids coming for Greenville. Get some energy in the Reedy River Riot behind them. See how this one is taken. Short route, here's Booth. Lining up for the cross, puts it in there. Knocked up into the air. Klaus. Keegan. Pollock. Booth to the end line, can't keep it in play. Goal kick for Nuhu.
He found himself sort of in that Noah Pilato channel where he scored that goal from Chris there, but the ball was just a little too heavy for the former FIU man.
Making his 6th appearance off the bench this season. A mid-season signing as well. At 23 years old. Kroll up the field. Now Boyce. Skeers fires from deep, and that one just wide of that left post. Everyone wants to go from outside the box today.
The camera had a great angle on that one. You could see it all the way. Dallas J. Yeah, it was going wide, but another quality strike from outside the box. Something for John Harks to be a little concerned about. The performance has been pretty solid. John's always more about the performance than the result. Close down these midfielders hanging out on the edge of the box.
Morrell lofts it in there. Donnelly brings it down. Quick turn, but deflected over to Nuhu.
Well defended there by Dalton. Dalton and Knutson had a good position on Donnelly. It was a good first touch, but the position of Knutson forced the turnover. Down may have taken one in the chops, hopefully accidentally. Checking, counting his teeth.
N4 still down.
Some emergency dental work.
Here in the 88th, the former Lansing Ignite striker coming off the field. Four goals, 3 assists last year in League One play. Has 1 goal, 1 assist this year. As he's quickly back on with Greenville working out of the back, shoving a lot of numbers forward. Stripling. Keegan deflected in there, almost to Donnelly. There was Nuhu popping up onto the ball here in the 89th.
It was a good job by Jake Keegan staying on side. The Omaha defenders were looking for the flag, didn't get it. Keegan's ball back just wasn't pulled back quite far enough.
Triumph scored a couple times in stoppage time this season. And the winner at home here against Tormenta by Donnelly. Of course, tied late at Tucson last week. McLean with that touch in.
Ooh, check. Polak. No nonsense from behind there from the veteran.
Given right back by Donnelly, though, as this is shoved downfield. Abdi Muhammad hasn't had the chance to do too much since coming on at halftime. The right back spot. Numbers moving forward in the blue. Stripling stepping up. Now Morrell. Around the corner and line. Picked up by Nuhu once again off his line.
Alex Morrell limping a little bit behind the goal. Seems to be okay though. He was just avoiding the net a little bit. He's sneaking behind Nuhu here. I think Nuhu he was there. I think Nuhu knew he was there the whole time.
Muhammad on the far side, hearing another sub to come for Omaha as we're about to head into our Warehouse Services Incorporated stoppage time of 8 minutes here from Legacy Early College. This match clearly far from over. Warehouse Services Incorporated, your global service supplier and third-party logistics. We have operations located throughout North America. Visit us at wsionline.com for additional information regarding operations and employment opportunities. Well, if Greenville thought they had some time, they should definitely now. 8 minutes of stoppage time here at home on the board. Morrell now through. Good chance, just have to find the opening. They couldn't there. Now Booth. Launched in by Polak, back post scooped in by Nuhu.
Good ball in from Polak. Had the height and the pace in it. Nuhu did well though to come and claim it. Saw Keegan with his back to goal. It's the kind of position you love to see Lachlan McLean in. He's obviously out the game at the moment.
3 goals put in today combined, but the keepers have come up big. Jay with 4 saves, Nuhu with 3 saves. Lofted in, and 4 brings it down. Jay's there and put wide. What an opportunity and beautiful touch by N4 as the sub comes.
Number 10, Sebastian Contreras. And
the experienced player Contreras
11,
coming on
Evan
late here to
Conway
close things out.
In the 92nd minute.
Yeah, Contreras captained this team earlier this season. Found himself coming off the bench here the last few games.
He'll be on for Conway, the goal scorer. Current game winning goal. Taking a look at this opportunity.
Lovely flick through by Sosa. It was a good first touch, and my N4 really should have done better. I think he tried to be a little too cute with it and get it inside that post. Downshape closed down the angle well though. Had to make N4 make a quick decision. That was just enough to put him off.
Here's Morrell. Booth.
Poor from Stripling there.
Advantage played as Boyce went down against Stripling, trying to make the foul again here. Back heel by N4. There goes Boyce.
Boyce has provided some nice energy and spark off the bench. I'll take this one to the corner though. And he will.
Taken back by Greenville. 5 minutes remaining in our Warehouse Services Incorporated stoppage time. As Greenville gets the numbers forward once again. Ball launched in there. Headed away for now. Now Booth onto it. Polak. He'll sky one in there, right side of the box. Headed up, still alive in there. Stripling skies it. Keegan couldn't get it on frame. And Stripling puts it into the sky.
A card for Colin Stripling. Not sure what that was for, but it was a lovely back post cross by Polak. We've seen Greenville go to this play a lot during the season. The header back across. Not sure where the ball exactly was for Jake Keegan. It looked like it quite wasn't on good enough of an angle for him. We'll take another look at it here to get it on target. Here's the ball in by Polak. Back post header. Yeah, Keegan, I think probably could have put it on target. I see what he was trying to do. Hands on heads. That could have been a late game tying goal, but not to beat. I'm not sure what the yellow was for Stripling.
It was for that transition tackle on Boyce, but Boyce kept his run going. Advantage played. Way back when.
You got a better memory than me, Chris. we know that.
Lee stepping up. That stopped. That stayed in play. And not much done with that. Now N4 looking to burn some time off this clock. Amazingly, we still have just over 3 minutes remaining in our stoppage time.
3 minutes remaining and three teams with their hearts in their mouths at the moment as their season could about to be over. We'll leave it as being a three-horse race for that second spot between Omaha, Richmond, and North Texas.
Morrell. Trying to find the gap. He does towards the end line. Morrell puts it in there, headed away at the near post. Contreras now, met by Stripling. Morrell's still down, slowly getting up. We saw him hobbling after a play a few moments ago. He's back on his feet now, jogging back. Ball over the top, great service in there, but Donnelly just couldn't get there in time. As Nuhu, maybe a riskier move than any Owls fans would like in that moment.
Yeah, just a few inches too far off the foot of JJ Donnelly, as you see there. Seems to be okay after that slight knee knock. Yeah, the three teams that could be eliminated, as we said, Red Wolves, New England, and Madison in that order at the moment in the standings. Chattanooga just really had too many injuries in that middle part of the season. New England just left it a little too late, right? It'll be interesting to see if we see how many of that team we see back next season. Hopefully a good chunk of them. And Madison, it'll be interesting to see what they do this offseason. They've kept the core of this team together for 2 years and really haven't got it done. Organization with some decisions to make, there's no doubt about it, especially with the contract situation with guys on the last year of their deal.
Madison made the playoffs last year on the final match day against Lansing. Getting the 4 seed, but losing 2-0 to North Texas in the semifinal.
And the thing is, though, with that Madison team, the amount of talent they have, they really have been a little underwhelming at times in these first 2 League One seasons. Will they have Michael Vang back next year? It's still to be seen.
Greenville holding on to hope here. Polak, under 1 minute remaining in our stoppage time. Lee steps up, plays it into the box. Booth missing the header.
Got some veterans on that Madison lineup as well. There'll have to be decisions made about. This Alex Morrell saying, here, take the throw, please. 30 seconds left. Omaha clearly going to take their time here. Now all eyes will turn to Wednesday.
Out of play. See how much time is put on here. We had 8 minutes. Plenty of opportunity for time to be added on with stoppages. One last hope maybe for Greenville. Klaus puts it in. Headed away out of the box. The top now, it's Booth. Stripling, Polak. Out wide, Morrell in space. Fires one, Bender, saved by Nuhu. That's a win-defining save right there. Let's see if it stands with a corner kick for the Triumph. Now Booth. Clowes fires it in, headed away, and that's all. Nuhu stands on his head in stoppage time to preserve the victory. And Union Omaha now in second place at 26 points with a road victory over the Triumph.
No, a big win for the Owls. It was a good save by Nuhu. I think he saw it the whole way. It was a comfortable height for him, but he had to get over there and knock it away. And for Greenville, listen, they'll drop 3 points, but not the end of the world. Looks like they're going to get out of this one relatively healthy and move on to that game next weekend. And we may see some more minutes off the bench for John Harkes and his men.
The pressure is on Richmond Wednesday for their match against Orlando City B now. An 11 a.m. Eastern time start. 3-point lead for Omaha, but a match in hand for Richmond with 2 coming in the week ahead. Things getting very interesting here as we move ahead. Well, let's check out our save of the match tonight as we end out this Omaha victory 2-1. Presented by YMCA of Greenville. Here from Dallas J. Had a few of them tonight to keep Greenville alive in this match.
You see where Dallas J. Wright is now. He was on the wrong side of the box on the edge of the 6-yard. He had to come back and just throw his hands up, and you can see Ibisevic with his head in his hands as he knew that one probably should have gone in, but an amazing save of the game.
An incredible match, nonetheless, to end out our League One weekend. And it's Omaha getting the 3 key points. This does eliminate Forward Madison, Chattanooga, and Revs 2. So we're down to 3 teams for that final spot. North Texas, Omaha, and Richmond. We break it down for you coming up after this break with highlights and stats from today's match.
From boardroom to the showroom, storefront to doorfront, lobby sign to freeway sign. Designing, developing, installing, and elevating your brand. The trusted name is Wrap and Roll Graphics. Providers of fleet graphics, wall murals, and architectural enhancements. Now is the time to drive attention and strengthen your brand. It's time to Wrap and Roll.
Welcome back here into Legacy Early College. 2-1 victory for Union Omaha as we prepare to check out our full match highlights presented by Wilson and Engelbart. Disappointing loss for the Triumph to end out their home campaign this season, and a big win for Omaha in the playoff chase. We start in the 19th minute when Molina opened things up.
Omaha don't have any real true strikers on their team, but they have a number of midfielders that can do things like this. Molina cuts back inside. Lovely right-footed strike with the outside of the foot. Dallas J, no chance for the first goal of the game.
Some brilliant goals in this one if you joined us late. Then it was on to the Triumph to respond before halftime.
Yeah, Tyler Pollock did all the work here, keeping it in. Going to be flicked away by Utzon to Omar Mohammed. Bit of fancy footwork. Omaha just forgot about Noah Pilata and what he can do from outside the box. His 3rd of the season.
Then it was on to the 59th. Omaha continued the attack throughout the match. Sosa tiptoeing the sideline and a huge save by the 2019 Goalkeeper of the Year.
Ton of space to cover to Dallas J and threw his hands up super quick. He's got great reflexes, does Dallas J.
And to the 66th, finally, Omaha strikes, and it's Conway again, a player at the top of the box striking it true.
Turning himself into an Omaha cult hero, first goal in franchise history. Now 3 goals in his last 4 to really take Omaha to the brink of the championship game.
We expected a defensive battle. We got a lot of offense on the Sunday afternoon. 29 combined shots, 12 on target. It's a fun treat for the League One fans out there.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a fun one, and plenty of work to do here for Omaha on Wednesday. Excuse me, they don't play till next weekend, but I'll be watching plenty of games on Wednesday, there's no doubt.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on the kickers now, so the only teams that can head to the League One final to face Greenville will be Omaha, Richmond, or North Texas. The last contenders stand there. A lot of pressure on Richmond to get a result against Orlando City B to start Wednesday. 2 other matchups on Wednesday. North Texas, they need some wins. They face Madison and El Plastico on the road. And then Saturday, a huge slate, final match day of the season. Omaha in action against Fort Lauderdale, Chattanooga, Richmond. North Texas taking on Tormenta. Greenville, of course, battling OCB, but no playoff implications in that match. What a match for us this season. Thanks for tuning in all season long here for some Greenville Triumph soccer. Union Omaha takes it 2-1 for Ross Davenport, our entire crew, alongside me, Chris Makoviak. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Union Omaha makes a statement here in the playoff chase. 2-1 victors on the road.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League, League One, cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League, League One.